Welcome to Celebrity Scandals with your host, Briley Bunker.
And Lily Douglas.
Today we are going to be discussing the 2024 election. As of yesterday, votes came out and Donald Trump is officially our 47th president of the United States.
This was a big election. Everyone thought it was going to be super close and right neck to neck. But instead, it wasn't. Trump won by a landslide. It was a pretty big difference with how many states that he won, but it was a really good election to watch.
Yeah, it's crazy because everybody was going back and forth this whole time. Like, I genuinely had no clue who was going to win. It was so, close in my eyes, but whenever all the votes came out, it ended up being Trump by far. What was the electoral votes?
277 to 223.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure.
Which is crazy. And there was, one deciding factor of the states that really made the difference, which was Pennsylvania, right?
Mm-hmm. But everyone thought it was going to be, one state that decides the whole election, but instead it wasn't. I think when he got Pennsylvania, that's when everyone was like, okay, the election's over, but that wasn't the deciding factor.
And another big thing that has been happening in Pennsylvania is where a researcher, Charlie Kirk, had been influencing multiple Trump voters. So all these liberals and Democrats would come up and Charlie Kirk would give them 15 minutes to prove their point, say what they needed to say, and he would say why that's not true or why Trump would be the better president versus Kamala. And this would change multiple people's minds and their viewpoint on this whole election, because he would bring up housing and how the housing rate changes and how wars were started and the economy and everything under the clouds with U.S. And multiple people would come up there and they're like, I'm a Kamala supporter, I hate Trump, all this. And then by the end of the 15 minutes, they would be like, I guess I'm voting for Trump. Can I have a Trump hat and all this?
Yeah, that's so crazy. It's just funny because, social media is a big factor, especially in this election. Social media is the main reason why so many people will vote for one versus the other. I mean, it's all over that Trump's racist, and then it's all over that Kamala does this. And it's when I pulled up my TikTok the day after the election, it was all of these people just all talking about the election. Some very happy, some crying over that he won, variety emotions. And it's just kind of crazy because it's
social media is a huge factor in this election, considering the fact that it has positive effects and negative effects. There is a lot of misinformation all over social media: TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Every social media platform has false information, and then there are some times whenever there will be people clearing up the false information, actually providing the real information, which is what I think mainly confuses most people.
Yeah, it was kind of crazy because Kamala, she wasn't even supposed to be our president. It was supposed to be Biden versus Trump running. And then the whole thing with Biden getting sick and whatever, him stepping down. And then so Kamala stepped forward, but she's only known how to be a vice president, which I'm not saying that no one could be a president, but I'm saying Trump has very good experience.
Many people were most of the girls and feminists and everything were Trump's going to take away women's rights. We're going to lose all of our women's rights and everything. And then everybody was well, what rights are you? Just misinformation all over social media that nobody can help. And there are multiple shirts being made, all kinds of funny TikToks being made, so many memes, all this from this election that have greatly affected all trends and everything.
Yeah, it's very big that social media is in this election, it feels like, because without social media, many opinions would not have been made on either side, Kamala or Trump's. And everyone has their own opinion when it comes down to this, but social media does impact most of those opinions.
Yeah, and especially considering the fact that there's so many young voters this year, and what they're on is these social media platforms, and that's what they get their information off of. So it's good to do their research, whether it's on social media or the internet or watching the news. This is their resources that they're getting stuff from. And it's honestly unfortunate that there's so much misinformation being led, and then some people don't even know what to believe at this point. It's crazy.
Adding on to social media, a big thing is influencers. So, like, I'm a big fan of Taylor Swift, but Taylor Swift has been posting all over social media. She came out for Kamala. And so, like, a lot of people are, like, so in depth with all these fans that, like, they will vote for who they vote for because they love that artist so much. Like, so many people are going to vote for Kamala because, oh, Taylor Swift has all this to say, I'm going to vote for Kamala. Or some, like, other artists that support Trump, everyone's like, okay, well, I like him, so I'm going to support Trump. It's just sometimes it feels like following the leader. And I feel like most people aren't doing what they want to do.
Yeah, a big thing on that Taylor Swift thing. So she's right now one of the most famous people in the world, richest people in the world, and she endorsed Kamala. So it was a huge, like, I bet Kamala got so many votes from that just because Taylor Swift, and everybody's in love with her.
Yeah.
Well, that'll wrap us up today on Celebrity Scandals. See you next time.